A typical interacting group may have difficulty with any of several steps in the decision-making process. Let's take a look at group problem solving. Group problem solving is the process of bringing together stakeholders whom through their own analytical decision-making abilities can influence the outcome of a problem. One common problem arises in the generation of alternatives phase. The search may be arbitrarily ended before all plausible alternatives have been identified. Several types of group interactions can have this effect. If members immediately express their reactions to the alternatives as they first proposed, potential contributors may begin to censor their ideas to avoid embarrassing criticism from the group. Less confident group members, intimidated by members who have more experience, higher status, or more power, may also censor their ideas for fear of embarrassment or punishment. In addition, the group leader may limit idea generation by enforcing requirements concerning time, appropriateness, cost, feasibility, and the like. To improve the generation of alternatives, managers may employ any of three techniques to stimulate group problem-solving capabilities: brainstorming, the normal group technique, or the Delphi technique. Brainstorming is the most often used in the idea generation phase of decision-making, and it's intended to solve problems that are new to the organization and have major consequences. In brainstorming, the group convenes specifically to generate alternatives. The members present ideas and clarify them with brief explanations. Each idea is recorded in full view of all members, usually on a flip chart. To avoid self-censoring, no attempts to evaluate ideas are allowed. Group members are encouraged to offer any ideas that occur to them, even those that seem too risky or impossible to implement. The intent of brainstorming is to produce totally new ideas and solutions by stimulating the creativity of group members and encouraging them to build on the contributions of others. Brainstorming does not provide the resolution to the problem, an evaluation scheme, or the decision itself. Instead, it should produce a list of alternatives that's more innovative and comprehensive than one developed by a typical interacting group. The nominal group technique is another means of improving group decision-making. Whereas brainstorming is used primarily to generate alternatives, this technique may be used in other phases of decision-making, such as the identification of the problem of appropriate criteria for evaluating alternatives. To use this technique, a group of individuals convenes to address an issue. The issue is described to the group, and each individual writes a list of ideas. No discussion among the members is permitted. Following a 5 to 10 minute idea generation period, individual team members take turns reporting their ideas, one at a time, to the group. The ideas are recorded on a flip chart, and members are encouraged to add to the list by building on the ideas of others. After all ideas have been presented, the members may discuss them and continue to build on them or proceed to the next phase. After the discussion, members privately vote or rank the ideas or report their preferences in some other agreed-upon way. Reporting is private to reduce any feelings of intimidation. After voting, the group may discuss the results and continue to generate and discuss ideas. The generation, discussion, vote cycle can continue until an appropriate decision is reached. The nominal group technique has two principal advantages. It helps overcome the negative effects of power and status differences among group members, and it can be used to explore problems to generate alternatives or to evaluate them. Its primary disadvantages lies in its structured nature, which limits creativity. The Delphi technique was originally developed by the Rand Corporation and is a method for systematically gathering the judgments of experts for use in developing forecasts. It's designed for groups that do not meet face-to-face. The manager who wants the input of a group is the central figure in the process. After recruiting participants, the manager develops a questionnaire for them to complete. The questionnaire is relatively simple in that it contains straightforward questions that deal with the issue, trends in the area, new technological developments, and other factors that the manager is interested in. The manager summarizes the responses and reports back to the experts with another questionnaire. This cycle may be repeated as many times as necessary to generate the information the manager needs. The Delphi technique is useful when experts are physically dispersed, anonymity is desired, or the participants are known to have trouble communicating with one another because of extreme differences of opinion. This method also avoids intimidation problems that may exist in decision-making groups.